Hello and welcome to another Good Black News Power Shot. I'm Dena Crowder. I run the Power Lab, and my mission is to help you get back into power no matter what's happening out there. And today we are going to be talking about your worth. Because if you're a descendant of the African diaspora and you're an American, your worth has been repeatedly determined by somebody else. And pretty consistently, it's been devalued in the culture. Let's get in a time machine and go back to the founding of our nation. Now, at that time, if you were enslaved, you had no right to determine your worth, and in fact, somebody else set a price tag on you. Decades later, in a landmark Supreme Court decision, the Chief Justice said, well, black people can never be citizens. Even if they're free, they're simply unworthy. He wrote that people with African blood were clearly inferior, that they were a separate class altogether, and, I quote, were never, ever intended to be considered people of the United States. Now you might be saying, Dena, that is ancient history. Why do we have to talk about that? Well, let me assure you that that history gives context to the public discussions that we're having about fairness, about equity, and about the right to be a full citizen. But here's the thing. Declaring value and becoming a full citizen, it doesn't start out there. It actually begins in here. You have to claim your own value first. Otherwise, you are going to wear yourself out trying to prove and fight and defend and trying to get the system to recognize you and trying to get somebody out there to legitimize you and attempting to have somebody else tell you, oh, you're worth it. No, you have to tell yourself, because that knowing arises from within. It is spiritual sovereignty. And let me tell you, our ancestors had to claim their own value from a place of inner spiritual sovereignty because the culture was not reflecting that back to them. They had to find their dignity in here first. So it's from this place that I'm encouraging us to ask for what we want, to show up, to be seen, and to make our mark in the world. It's time to up our value, isn't it? I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and to breathe directly into your heart. Give yourself permission as you breathe into the heart to allow old burdens, weights, calcifications all around the heart, perhaps around not being seen or valued or validated. Let them go. Give permission for them to begin to dissolve. Keep breathing into the heart, slowing down, taking time to connect. The heart is the hub of your sacred self. For some of you, this will feel glorious, and this deep breathing will give you a sense of spaciousness and lightness. For others, you might hit some points of pain, and that's okay. Keep breathing. You don't want to carry this around any longer. This isn't how we honor who we are. It's to keep breathing, to let go, to release, so that we can actually become the fullest versions of ourselves. Tell yourself, I now begin to release any ideas, whether real or imagined, any emotions that prevent me from connecting to my God-given value. I let go and I allow myself to be connected to my indescribable worth as a whole and complete being, worthy of love and good things. There is no person, place, or event that can block this connection. I am valued and valuable. Take a breath. Bring in that nectar. Exhale. Great job. That's today's Power Shot.